Now these are the best VSTs for 2022 and the ones I'm going to be using the most for 2023. Quick disclaimer, just because I say it's the best of 2022 doesn't necessarily mean it came out in 2022. It's just like the ones I've been using the most when it comes to this year. All right, let's get straight to it now. First one is going to be 40's very own keys. Now, this one was surprisingly really good because usually when there's like a celebrity name attached to like a VST or effect or something like that, it's usually pretty underwhelming. But this one has a lot of great sounds in it. Little A sound, little B sound. You can mix and match them. You can take them out. You can alter them, everything like that. Pretty simple controls down here: attack, release, drive, crush. You feel me? Like some regular stuff. And then you also got the 40 knob right here, and the 40 knob basically makes it like a little bit more like down sample. Like, you remember how everybody was doing that little Edison trick where it would like decrease like the sample rate and it would just make it sound kind of like underwater and stuff? It basically kind of does that with one knob. But other than that, it's nothing too special. I really just like it because it has a lot of good sounds in it. As you can see, basses, you feel me, keys, leads, mallets, organs, pads, percussion, sequences, sources, stuff like that. And let's go over a couple presets just so I can show y'all like how it actually sounds. So as you can see, it's a really solid VST to go to if you're going for more of like a Drake or R&B type vibe, which is, it just makes sense because it was 40 and his name is attached to it. Now the second VST is going to be Lounge Lizard. I definitely replace all the other Rhodes in my arsenal and everything like that with this one right here. And when it specifically comes to West Coast beats, Lounge Lizard just sounds the best for West Coast beats in my opinion. Make sure you get Lounge Lizard and not Lounge Lizard Session. Is a big distinction between the two. Let me just show y'all what it sounds like too. You feel me? It even sounds good when you start going into dark stuff like. So for the end of 2022 and going into 2023, this is going to be my go-to Rhodes for sure. Now the Golden Age Grand Piano is clutch if you're trying to do like some lo-fi stuff or if you're trying to recreate soul samples from scratch. Now I really like this one just because of like a pure sound selection. You really don't have to do anything to it for it to sound old and warped and everything like that. So if you're really trying to do like some lo-fi stuff or some soul sample stuff, it makes it really easy because it cuts out all that processing for you. So as you can see, it sounds really old, really aged, really warped, really everything. And if you ever feel like it's like, that's a little too warped, it's a little too old and everything like that, they have a bunch of parameters on here to really like make that stuff less. Now this one is actually going to be a tie between the GRANDEUR piano and the NOIRE piano. Now y'all have seen me use the NOIRE piano like a million times because it has been my go-to piano for the past year or two. So I'm only gonna pull up the GRANDEUR one right here, but they're both very exceptional pianos. Let's just give a little rundown of just what it can sound like. Also, shout out to Exclusive. This is his MIDI right here. Beautiful. Gorgeous, magnificent, you feel me? Like, it's just a really good quality piano that you can always rely on. Now for the NOIRE piano, I like using it for more dark stuff, and the GRANDEUR piano, I like using it for more emotional or brighter things. And the next one up is easily my favorite VST of 2022 and the one I'm going to be using the most in 2023, Analog Lab. Now this one is easily my favorite because it has weird sounds that other people don't really have, and also just the endless amounts of analog lap banks that you could download, bro. Oh wait, is that West Coast Magic by Infinite? What? What? Hold on. Today's video is sponsored. So if y'all didn't know, I actually dropped my own analog lab bank because I was tired of scrolling through thousands and thousands and thousands of presets, looking through unusable sounds just to make beats. So I took it into my own hands to make 70 of the perfect presets for West Coast beats. And we can go over a couple of them right now, to be honest, bro, because we on the analog lab section, so might as well just show a couple of the sounds that I like. That's one of the reasons why I like Analog Lab, because everything is so weird, different, new, and fresh. Now the next VST that's up is kind of like a part 2 from Analog Lab, because it's Pigments, and Pigments is actually a part of the Analog Lab and like the Arturia collection and everything like that. But I specifically wanted to highlight Pigments because I love sound designing on Pigments. They make it so easy. So here's one of the presets from the West Coast Magic Bank. Like, if we're being honest right now, it's so easy to make presets in Pigments that I can make one. Let's make one right now. New preset, whoop. Okay, hold on. What is this? Okay, so we got a little sine wave kind of thing. Mess with it. Put the cutoff a little bit down. Mess with the envelope. We can just bring it up a little bit like that. Mess with the decay, make it a little bit shorter. Bring the sustain down a little bit. Then maybe we can mess with this second envelope and we can route it to the cutoff. Okay. We'll bring in the second one right here, and maybe we can bring in like, bring the volume down. Go into the effects, turn up the delay, the reverb, and then we can throw chorus on it. Maybe throw a couple more effects. Flanger, you feel me? And then maybe a little bit more reverb, a little bit of bit crusher. And then boom, we literally just made a pad in like what, 30 seconds, a minute. So if you're an OG viewer of the channel, you have seen me talk about this plugin before. I ain't gonna lie, I put a lot of people onto this plugin, and I just think it's one of the best free plugins. So as you can see right here, made by UHE, a whole bunch of different parameters that you could use for the VST to really customize any sound that you want. And also just a good amount of presets, bro. Just boom, basses, pads, leads, keys, effects, drums, sequences, arcs, all that stuff. So if you're on a budget, or if you don't like to crack VSTs, you feel me? Like, this is a great option for you. Now, one of the reasons why a lot of people really like this VST is because like the leads and the basses are actually pretty solid. That's pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie. Whole bunch of dope sounds and some unique ones in there too. Okay, so Heat Up 3. Now my boy Taewon really put me onto this VST and what you can really do with it and everything like that, because he uses this VST religiously. So if you're really into making like dark West Coast beats, this is a great option for you. So when it comes to Heat Up 3, I kind of look at it as like an alternative to Nexus, but more with the like hip hop footprint on it. Now, let's get into these effects, bruh. Now, Effect Rack I really like because two reasons. One, I love effect plugins that you can press one button or you can put on one preset and it will completely change the sound of the whole loop. And it like drastically changes the sound. That's tight. That's fire. Now the second reason why I really like Effect Rack is because you can get the, you feel me, the banks, you feel me? Like, I am a huge fan of VSTs and effect VSTs where you can bring in user-made banks. For the same reasons why I love Effect Rack is the same reason why I love Portal. It just makes things like super weird with just one click of a button. Now the thing is with Portal, you gotta be careful because like some of them do get kind of weird. That one was kind of hard. Now the next one is the Infinity EQ. I really like this because it's a great alternative to the Pro Q3, I believe. Also has like a lot of great presets for just like music and everything like that. As you can see, it's like categorized by the genre, which I can just greatly appreciate. Now, Valhalla Vintage Verb, as used as it is, like, it is still my go-to reverb for like any type of melody. Actually, just anything that needs reverb, I am most likely using Valhalla Vintage Verb from here on out, bro. Like, it's so good. It just feels much warmer and much more full compared to other reverbs that I've used. And to go with that, Valhalla Supermassive. Once again, if you're an OG viewer of the channel, y'all know that I love Valhalla Supermassive. I have been using it reliably for like 2-3 years at this point. It's like my go-to delay for anything. Lately, my favorite preset on here has been the 8th note, Skinny 8th. Feel me? Going crazy. And last but not least, SHAPERBOX. Shout out Cable Guys. They ended up sending this over to me. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying they sent it over to me. But dude, I actually really like this plugin, and a lot of other people like in the trap world love this plugin as well. It's really easy to like manipulate and like alter sounds and everything like that for your beats. It's just, and they make it complete, like they make it so easy. Let's say I want to do like some side chaining like this right here, but then I kind of want it to like pan left and right a little bit too. Yeah, so you want to put a filter on it too. All right, so with that being said, that's going to conclude this video. If you like the video, hit the like. If you want to comment, throw a comment. If you want to sub, hit the sub, and peace out.